No one could probably hear me, I don't think. Could they?
We couldn't hear you. I could see you talking. I couldn't hear you.
Welcome to Cosmic Channels. Please call 1-833-703-0424.
And your pizza will be delivered 30 minutes or less.
A regular order of introduction this time around. That's Braden.
I'm Braden.
I'm Zell.
I'm Dan.
I always forget which way we do this thing. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
It's just like our other show. It took us 50 episodes to get the intro down.
Yeah, no problem.
50? Still workshopping.
Still, now. Yeah, still trying stuff out. All right. One of these. Whoops. You guys hear me? Is this thing working?
Yeah, we can totally hear you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, lines are open.
Lines
Call
are open.
1-833-703-0424. We want to hear from you. Your cryptid stories, your UFO stories, creepy encounters, or you just got a theory on a conspiracy theory. We'll field all calls.
No holds barred. Bring them. Well, I mean, there's a couple holds, no bar, but we'll if you say one of the holds, if you say one of the holds, we'll bar it right away. No, until someone calls. What's good? How's everybody's weekend?
Good. Just busy setting up finishing the tweaks on my little studio room here at Mr. Conspiracy's house.
You got your own little closet set up there? Or?
Yeah, little room closet.
Decent.
Basically. It's not bad.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. What about you guys?
I ended up drinking 8 beers last night after playing Phasmophobia.
Wow. That's a lot.
That a guy?
Just kind of caught up with me.
That game is scary. That game is scary as fuck.
We got Andrew on Phasmophobia last night. He got so scared he left the game.
He rage quit before the ghost
Shut it down. Fuck that.
He's like, I'm out. Leave game.
Yeah. Braden was bullying me. Even though, you know what? I realized it wasn't you that was closing the door. I think when the ghost comes, you can't open the door. That's why.
The front door,
I
you
wasn't
can't.
doing it.
Yeah. But you kept saying the dude's name. I was like, this is fucked.
I did.
I'm out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, I did do that.
Man, I'm pretty sure I have a concussion right now.
From what?
Like 90% sure. It's horrible. Right before the podcast, I was going to the bathroom, standing up, taking a pee, and I started playing Pokemon for my kid, like the old cartoon show, Indigo League.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get you. Yeah.
So I'm in the bathroom and doing my business, and I'm singing the theme songs that suck in my head, and I'm like, in a world we must defend, and I'm like banging the wall while I'm singing it, and there's like a shelf right above the toilet, and Jessica's ceramic fucking elephant comes from the top shelf straight onto my dome, right down into the toilet. So not only did I get smashed in the head, but I had to pick piss-covered fucking elephant pieces out of the toilet.
It smashed on your head?
Smashed on my head and fell into the rest of it fell in the toilet. It was awesome.
You cut you?
No, I got a nice gooser though.
Nice lump.
Yeah, when's the last time you got hit in the head like that, man? Like, fuck, it sucks.
It's been a while since I took one off the dome.
I did that. I have a little shelf, and sometimes I leave the cabinet doors open. Sitting down and went to stand up and caught it directly center of my head. Full force, like as hard as you could possibly be standing up. That was me. Instant, I was on the ground. Like,
so you stood up with a purpose, eh? You're like, yeah, gotta go. Like,
yeah.
Fucking, yeah.
My legs were getting numb. I was like, I gotta get up.
Oh, fuck. It's
and
not
just
good.
Dummied myself. No,
I remember being a kid and just dumbing yourself and being like, well, it's the way she goes, and just continuing about your business. Got hit in the head and I had to like sit down for 20 minutes. It's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. If you got a story, call in. 250 or 1-833-703-0424. We want to hear from you guys. I mean, we've the four of us talk all the time.
I mean, we just did this last night. Feels like a continuation of that.
I don't know. No, call in. It's a call-in show. The show doesn't work without your calls. Where's Cody Dixon when we need him? Someone get us on a topic. Even send us a call in and give us a topic that you want us to discuss, and we'll give it a whirl.
I don't think we're getting many calls. Did we post anything today? But
Yeah.
I shared some stuff from the Cosmic Channel's webpage or Facebook page. Whatever.
This happens time to time. I mean, you can't. We've had a couple other slow ones. Okay.
yeah, they start off a little slow. People
Well, that's like when we
Making
did
up more.
pyramids. It started slow, but then the fucking floodgates opened.
Yeah. Did you Zell? Did you post the link in Discord?
Can't hear you, Zell. You're silent again.
No, I didn't post the link because it's a multi-stream, so it just goes live.
Okay. Goes everywhere.
But I think we're actually having a problem. That's what's happening here.
Uh-oh.
Thumbs up with the forward to Skype number.
malfunction.
Oh, it's a Zell problem.
Yeah, it's a Zell problem. This can be fixed though. This can be fixed on the fly, I think.
Cool.
1 second. See, anything anything in the chat? Yeah, I'm not sure if the number is working. It keeps going to voicemail. Working on it. Stand by. The call is coming
by.
back.
What other games are we gonna get off Steam? I'm all excited. That was so much fun last night.
Was it? Was it fun?
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was a
'Cause
blast. Yeah,
That's how you show fun. It's just
Rage quitting out of the game.
Oh, I just
mid-session,
did,
leaving all your friends high and dry to deal with ghosts by themselves.
yeah.
yeah, and then I came back and got murdered with an axe in the bathroom.
Yeah.
After me and Zell hid in a closet for 45 minutes.
Yeah, we did for a while. Just like we're not moving.
If I wouldn't have left, I would have died anyways. That guy, he was right there. I knew it was coming. I could hear the fucking crunching noises and shit. I panicked. It's horrifying.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening, but I could fix this. I know I can. On the fly here. We're gonna get a
I believe in
new
you.
number attached real quick.
Did you play any Baldur's Gate yet, Braden?
Yeah, dude, so fun. It's honestly, what's that guy's name? He has a hard name to say. Anaphis. God damn it, I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. I wrote it down somewhere, but I don't have it up.
What's he from?
He was watching the stream last night.
Oh,
He's a fan of our other podcast. He got me the game. Said try it out. You'll love it. Oh man, I do love it. It's great.
so is that a game we could play?
I don't know if it's multiplayer.
It is.
I didn't. Is it? We can
Yeah.
all play together. It's literally Dungeons and Dragons in a
It
video
is.
game.
Baldur's Gate is like Baldur's Gate is a place in the Dungeons and Dragons universe. Like it's a place. Baldur's Gate takes place within a certain like Dungeons and Dragons. It takes place within the Dungeons and Dragons universe. I know the game right now, Baldur's Gate 3, the one that you're playing, it's early access right now, so it's not finished technically. Which is like why I'm kind of waiting. I know the game is really good and it's getting good reviews, but it's like I kind of want to wait until it goes out of early access, which shouldn't be too long. I think it's mostly stuff, but want that full experience.
All right, we're back in business. If you've been trying to call through, it should be working.
First come, first serve.
First
Go!
come, go, and dial. Dial.
So we're waiting to get Baldur's Gate then. I take it, and we'll play it.
You guys can play. Like
I
yeah,
have
you
it.
can get it.
I have it.
If
I'm
you
playing
buy it now, like you'll still have it when it comes out to when it goes full release. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
but
I'm down.
I'm waiting to play.
I'll play that, and then I still think we should play Left 4 Dead. That game's the fucking best.
All right, first caller. I'm gonna bring him in here. Oh, they hung up on me. Oh, someone else calling right back. Hello, Cosmic Channels.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. Is this who I think it is?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Welcome back, Cody.
Jason.
How's
I
it
was
going,
laughing
brother?
at Braden's comment there. As soon as he said it, I started laughing. I was like, I guess that's my cue, so I called in.
All right, man. Shoot us off with a quick story.
13 for 13.
I don't really have much stories really. I guess the night I called you and I was talking about how like my ex has a like ghosts or something walking around her house.
Right.
That night there was a big like it was raining, like it was there was ice rain all day, and then actually shortly after I got off the call with you, I was laying on the couch and watching TV, and all of a sudden there was like, I don't know if it was a giant gust of wind or what, but there was like a giant cracking sound outside, and I looked and there's nothing there. Like it sounded like something like leaned against the building or like ran into the building or something. And I looked outside, I didn't see anything, and then the next morning we got up and there was ice shards all over the yard, but only her yard, nowhere else. And like it's a big complex. We looked all around. There's nowhere else there was ice shards. That was really weird.
So, have you caused any beef with any ice giants or anything like that?
Not as far as I know.
Not
I'm usually pretty
intentionally.
nice to them. I don't know. Yeah.
Wait, so all the ground was bare except that yard was covered in ice?
Yeah, like ice shards. It was really weird.
This is a
I don't know.
Some
His
dark arts
her
happening.
yard was covered in ice.
what's your
Yeah,
what's
it
your
was
the-
messed up.
what's the theory on that?
Some ice ghost is really pissed off at us for some reason. I have no idea.
Hey man, we learned that
Maybe
in
they're mad.
Phasmophobia. The temperature, everything drops to freezing.
It's
when
true.
Ghosts are
It's
around.
real cold real quick. See your breath.
This
That's
guy
true.
plays 20 minutes of Phasmophobia. Now he's a ghost expert.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man.
Wow.
I know these things. I know.
Wow.
Don't go inside. That's it.
I
Awesome,
actually
man.
watched a very interesting documentary on like UFOs and stuff like that, and it had like a lot of Travis Walton's story in there. I know you did a case file on him a while ago.
Oh yeah, we met him
It was really
personally too.
interesting.
Yeah, that's Braden's best friend.
Oh, really?
Limp wrist, Travis
Yeah.
Walton.
Braden's BFFs with what is it? Patterson Gimlin.
Bob
or
Gimlin.
whatever. Bob Gimlin and Travis Walton. Regular correspondence
Oh.
with Braden.
Good shit.
That's pretty cool, I guess.
All right, Cody. Hey, thanks for breaking the show out again. We'll talk. I'm sure we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you next week. If not, we'll talk to you soon. We're gonna move on to the next
13
caller.
For 13.
Yeah, for sure,
Thanks, brother.
guys. For sure, guys. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
You too, man.
Bye.
Lining up now. Okay, got another caller. Here we go. Welcome to Cosmic Channels.
Oh, hey guys.
Hello.
Hey. Hi. Sorry. I'm like a huge fan of you guys. So I kind of wanted to talk about some shadow person experiences I've had.
Sure. First,
Yeah.
first,
over the past
what's your
few
name?
years.
What's your name? Give us a fake
So,
name if you don't want your give your real name and where are you from?
Okay, so a fake name, we can say it's Fiona.
Siona.
It's Gaelic for Shannon.
Okay.
I don't want to say where I'm from because
No
then
problem.
people might actually know who I am.
No
This
worries.
is not a common name. But I am from the Midwest. So I've had some like super weird shadow person experiences. I never had them when I was younger. The first experience I had, so there's like 3, and then I have like a question for Andrew because ever since like these 3, I've just been having like weird things happen in my dream. So anyway, the first shadow person experience I had was like in 2017, and I was taking a nap during the daytime, and I woke up and it was like my first time experiencing sleep paralysis. So, you know, when you wake up and you're in the room and you think you're awake,
Right.
and this dark mist, and I can't really, it's hard to like put like an actual thing on it. The best way to describe it is like, it almost looked like the Cheshire cat from Alice in Wonderland, that mist and that face, but it was the most like ominous face I've ever seen in my life. You know, and then it came from the left to the right, and then it choked me. So I didn't wake up until I
Shit.
suffocated. So that was my first shadow person experience, I guess. I don't know if that's a shadow person or demon or what,
It's freaky as hell.
So that was
Yeah,
the
that's
first
horrible.
one.
Wait, can we just pause there for a
Um,
second, because you said it actually physically choked you?
In my dream, I couldn't breathe. So the mist like came over me. I was gasping for air. I'm like screaming in my head, you know, for like somebody to come help me, and I'm like screaming at it, but I didn't wake up until I was like I suffocated, like I died in my dream.
Oh shit.
Oh, man.
So then I like wake up, and like you're just sitting there and you're like, what the hell just happened to me? So that was like the first one, and I've had like other instances since then. But this other one, which I think I like interacted with an interdimensional being. So I was sleeping in my apartment, and I have a dog, and that like comes into play later. So I was having some other like shadow person experiences like related to that first one. So I was tired of it. So every night I would go to sleep, and I would like tell myself, you're going to like stand up to this thing, like you're going to tell it to go away, like you're not going to be scared of it anymore. So I give myself this pep talk before I went to sleep. And in my apartment, you know how like some apartments have that half bathroom in like in the master bedroom?
Yep.
So I always slept with that door cracked and a light on because I'm scared of the dark for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And I woke up, it was sleep paralysis again. I woke up in my dream, and there was a figure of a man standing in my bathroom. But what was different about this experience compared to the others was the energy. The energy of this figure wasn't scary to me. It was almost like it was disoriented, like it was scared. So in my dream, I started yelling. I was like, get the blank out of here, like you don't scare me. And in my dream, I'm like throwing pillows at it. My dog is barking, like going insane, you know, and like the thing just like panicked and like just like disappeared in my bathroom. So then I wake up. My dog is sleeping next to me like nothing happened. Nothing's thrown across the room. And, you know, it's like, again, like that experience where you think you're awake.
Right.
And then, so this last shadow person experience was like this one was like the worst. So, I was sleeping in my bed, and I always sleep with the door shut, but this night I had the door open, and I could kind of like see down the hallway with how my bed was positioned. So it's kind of like an eerie, like you can see down the hallway when you're laying down. And in my dream, I'm laying there, I'm sleeping, and I, you know, wake up, but I'm not actually awake. And I see this, I don't even know, man. It was scary as hell. It was like this tall, lanky, black figure. It had like that same evil face as the first one.
Oh, like
It had like
the big
long
smile?
fingers. Yeah, but it wasn't the smiling man. I've
Grinning-
you know, 'cause
Grinning man? Yeah.
I've like, or the grinning man. Yeah, it wasn't, because it had like animal characteristics to it. You know,
what
I
kind?
don't know if the grinning man. Like more like cat-like.
Like it had.
I mean,
You
is
think it had
that like
paws?
the grinning man? It had like elongated fingers, and so it's like coming down the hallway at me, and my boyfriend's laying in the bed next to me, and this thing comes into the room, and I just started saying his name, and I just started telling, run, 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 and I started yelling it, you need to run, and the thing like came, and it just like it just like reached into my stomach, and I was screaming, and he woke me up. He was like, what the hell is going on?
Jesus.
So that was like the scariest one I've had.
Wait, did you
And then
have you
I
had?
don't wanna,
Sorry, I was just gonna ask because do you have any
No, it's okay.
physical? I know it's in a dream and you're like like sleep paralysis, but there was no physical. It wasn't like a Freddy Krueger situation where what happens in your dream comes with you.
No,
Well, I mean,
I
she's
don't
still
think
alive,
so.
so there's
because
that.
Well, I was thinking more like along the like bruises, bruises or
there's
scratches.
also we also have a question from a listener on Twitch, Tori 3033 wants
Okay.
to know if all your experiences are in the same location or are they in different places?
So that's like the weird thing. Every one of them has been in a different location.
Oh, see,
So,
yeah, 'cause
and I mean,
Tori
like,
was
I will-
thinking haunted house.
Oh,
No,
That's
very
no,
interesting.
it's worse though because it's attached to you.
So I think.
Yeah.
No, but like I don't know, guys, because it like comes and goes, right? You know,
Right.
like this is the question I had for Andrew because you know he's like or his friend of a friend of his, so he didn't pass it on.
Gotcha.
So since I had that last experience, you know, like I'll occasionally go into like, you know, I'll kind of go back into like that same. It's almost like I'm having an adventure dream. And then I can feel something evil in that dream. So, you know, like I've been giving myself that pep talk where I'm like, I'm not scared of you. Like, I'm like, you're getting out of here. And I will like have like a seizure in my dream. Like it will feel like my body's seizing, but I wake up and I'm totally fine. So I don't know if like Andrew's ever heard of that or has any insight on it, but it's just really weird, man. So
I mean,
I don't know.
like,
Um,
people have had
but
like
yeah.
psychosomatic seizures and stuff like that, or stress-induced seizures. But it's weird. Like, so you don't wake up, or your boyfriend hasn't seen you like seizing while you're sleeping.
No, because I told him, you know, after like the first or second time it happened, I'm like, listen, like you need to kind of be paying attention to me because this is what's been happening when I'm sleeping, and I don't know if I'm doing it in real life or not, you know. But he says like I'll always ask him after it happens, and he says no, it's like you're just laying there fine. So
I mean, I'll be honest
Yeah,
with you, like
I
from
don't
this
know.
description of this fucking creature or whatever it is, like I've seen the commercials for the Cats remake, the CGI Cats remake, and all those motherfuckers are scary as hell.
It's true.
So if this dude is all tall, black, and scary, looking like he's from Cats, like that's horrifying. That would probably give me a seizure.
yeah.
Yeah, terrifying.
Yeah, no, and it's super weird, guys. But I had to share it with you because
No, we appreciate
I'm
it.
like I have
Oh,
to.
yeah.
Maybe.
And I would
And
go to a sleep
Yeah, and,
clinic
you know-
for sure.
okay. Yeah, because
I would go get my
I was
sleep
doing
monitor.
research on it. Okay. Yeah, because I it was kind of freaking me out a little bit. You know,
you
but it
kidding me? I'd be
seems to, like
burning
it comes
sage.
and goes.
Smudging.
Smudging hard.
Smudging, whatever it
worry.
takes. I mean, that's terrifying.
Don't worry, Brayden. No, I mean I you know I do that whenever I go into a new place, so that's normal. That's already part of my routine. I think it's just I don't know. I personally feel like after like that second experience where I had you know that disoriented like shadow figure, I almost feel like they are like interdimensional things, like you know when you're sleeping, like you do go to not all the time, but maybe sometimes like you do cross paths with creatures that aren't necessarily from this world. And
Oh, you close
you
your
know,
eyes.
that's what I'm hoping it is. That's what I
You close your eyes.
you know
you remove
that's
yourself.
what I tell myself.
You remove yourself from like this consciousness by going
Yeah.
to sleep, and then, like, I mean, it's hard to prove
Mhm.
anything, but like when you're in your like you, it feels like sometimes you go to a different dimension in dreams, right? It just feels so real, but you wake up and it wasn't. Like it's super weird. But that seems like a very terrifying
Yeah.
different dimension if that's what's happening to you. Anyways,
Hey man, I don't yeah, I mean I don't watch very many horror movies, but it kind of reminded me of Insidious a little bit.
whoa, terrifying.
Yeah, but
All right, hey,
yeah.
thanks for
Yeah,
the story.
well-
If this happens to you
Yeah.
again, make sure to call back and let us know if this keeps happening.
Yeah,
But
give us updates.
Awesome. Thanks guys. You're awesome.
thanks for
All
calling.
right, bye.
Have a good night.
Oh, so
Ooh,
terrifying.
those are some terrifying
That's
shadow
cool.
people. Nope. Hard nope from us.
I was gonna say the same thing though. If it's all in the same spot, it's got to be a haunted house. But different locations, man, that's something with you.
Well, exactly. Like
Very.
what are attracting these things to her? Like that's ugh.
No, I should have asked when she had these experiences and relative to the time that she had moved into these new places. And she said it. She had it, and each was in a different location, similar experiences. The thing is, it's like they've done research where it's like when you move into a new place or you stay within a new place. I'm not sure how long it takes, but they're saying that there's a certain period of time where your brain is not. It's prone not to sleep as well. Like half of your brain actually stays awake.
It's kind of
Wow.
keeping awareness in a new place.
Right. It's probably some, my theory is it's probably just it's a type of holdover from, human evolution, sleeping somewhere where there's hunters or,
it's-
where
Or
potentially
person-
stuff could eat you.
You're in a state of hypervigilance, basically.
Right. So
Yeah.
so on top of that, if you layer on, even probably just like the regular stress of like every day, that could probably trigger these type of nightmare episodes or sleep paralysis. I know I personally have experienced sleep paralysis numerous times, and like I've had the feeling of something reaching out, to like you can't turn your head or you feel like it's right in the corner of your eye and you can like see something, almost the shape of something like trying to reach out towards you. And it's like, what, but as I've come to understand it, now I can deal with it. It's not like something like when it does happen, it's every time it's Kill Bill. It's like wiggle your
It's-
big toe.
It's
Like,
so
and then
weird
that
because
kinda
like
fixes
I've moved
it.
tons, never ever had an experience like that ever.
Ever. I got that when I was living in Vancouver for work. I couldn't sleep at all, and I assumed that was some type of hypervigilance, but I've never had any experiences like that. Knocking on wood.
Not yet. Now that you have phasmophobia on your brain, though. Next time you have a
No.
bad sleep.
That shit. I didn't even think about that last night when I passed out.
Yeah, right. Because you did 8.
Swear.
You probably did 10 sprays immediately after playing and then just knocked yourself out.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do 15 after the next time I play. I don't remember a fucking thing. That's why I'm like, oh yeah, it was a blast. I don't remember anything.
What happened? It's because there was that. What you opened last night for the liquor?
Oh, Ciroc.
Ciroc, yeah.
Peach flavored Ciroc. Fucking. Fired it
Baller.
up hard.
A couple good
Partying
stories
like a
tonight.
gangster.
Some people ask if you, there's no. We recommend just like one call a night, but if you want to call back to back weeks, that's totally fine. So if Concealed Evil, feel free. All right, another caller. Let's bring him on the line. Hello, Cosmic Channels.
Hey guys, it's me again. I know I just called earlier, but the lady that just called you actually reminded me of something.
Okay, let's keep this one short, but no problem.
Okay, for sure. It just reminded me of one time, and this happened actually a few times with different dreams, but the one that I remember the most, I was on some table, and I was getting like brain surgery for some odd reason. I don't know why, but they had in my dream they had like the back of my head, the back of my skull off, and they were pressing my brain with like a probe. And when they did that, for some reason my whole body tensed up, and I woke up and I still felt like super tense. Like I was kind of, like she said, almost like, or like you guys said, almost like having some sort of seizure or something. And that was really weird to me. And it's happened a few times in different dreams and stuff. It doesn't happen often, but it has happened a few times. I don't know what that is or what that means.
Like the same thing
But
she
my
was having,
whole
like
does,
the seizures.
Yeah, it feels like I feel like I might be having some sort of seizure, but I'm not sure. Like I'm not prone to them, so I don't know. That just reminded me of that, so I thought I'd call in and say something.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah,
That's
Definitely some similarities there.
two people, same kind of phenomenon.
Yeah.
Well, from what I've
Anyway,
learned
I
from
won't
even people calling in, it's so many people have, see these kind of things way more than I thought.
Yeah, yeah. Once you get a group together, right? Like it's people. A lot of people are similar.
Yeah, that's cool.
Makes sense.
All right, man. Hey, we appreciate you calling back in. We're gonna see if we can get someone else on the line.
And just
Yeah,
a little
for sure. Sorry for
update,
trying
Dan. Shannon, our second caller there, messaged into the show with an update. She said it is normally in new places and at times of stress that these attacks occur.
Could be some stress-induced
Which,
nightmares.
yeah, that kind of lines up with the theory on, or at least that would be a good recipe to trigger sleep paralysis, or like the type of nightmares that line up with sleep paralysis.
Yeah, definitely.
Is like times of stress can do that. I've experienced sleep paralysis, and I don't think I've really had all immense stress. As like I know I had it when I was living in Thailand, but sometimes I get stressed out about teaching and stuff. But but yeah, if you moved into a new place and you were under a stress, like that would be those are definitely two very strong contributing factors to those kinds of episodes. I don't know what to tell you, like what to do. I mean,
I still find it interesting that with some people they have these like the scariest dreams I've ever heard of, and then in times of stress, like I've never had that experience. So I wonder if more people are susceptible to, maybe it is a thinning of the void of some kind.
I love going down that rabbit hole. Why not? Subconscious, you can travel dimensions. You wake up, usually don't remember your dreams, but I'm sure every night you're like having the most vivid, crazy dreams, but then instantly upon waking up, you just can't remember them.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, maybe you're not supposed to remember. Maybe there's a reason. And then sometimes you do by accident, and then it's a terrifying one.
Well, I mean, that's one of the theories about dreams, in a sense, is that sometimes, maybe not all of them, but some of them, people say they are like a subconscious expression of your desires at some points and things like that, which you could say, like, yeah, some of them really are. Some stuff happens in my dreams. I'm like, fuck yeah, that'd be great. But also there are those type of dreams sometimes where your brain, it's like, it's your brain trying to make sense of the world. Like your brain is on 100% of the time. It's always doing stuff. It's always taking in information.
Mm-hmm.
And that information has to be processed at some point. Definitely not during the day, because you're focusing on your main senses, your sight, smell, taste, all these things. But, you're parsing out information throughout the day. And, there's those kinds of things where it's like, if you listen to a speech, you might not hear all of it. Right? You'll hear all of it, but you're not listening to all of it. But your brain is actually listening to all of it. And there's like, it has to take that information later and process it. So sometimes your dreams can be, that's one of the theories, is that your dreams are just like organizing information throughout the day. And that could possibly something like you said, Zell, that if you remembered all your dreams, you'd go fucking crazy because it's just too much.
Do we have another caller on the line?
We had a quick hang up. Call back.
Quick hang up. We also had a question. It's Infamous19. That's who I was talking about before. He shot us a question saying he heard that by 2030 we're supposed to have supercomputers in our wallpaper toilets that can detect diseases, and absolutely insane tech. What do you guys think about it? 2030 doesn't seem that far enough off for that kind of stuff. I know we're getting into like credit card flexible screens, like credit card thin screens and stuff like that. So I don't know why your whole wall couldn't be a screen, but and that's what, 9 years away. I mean,
dude,
shit changes pretty fast.
Tech moves really fast. I bet you they'll have technology that can detect some diseases and stuff, but to be in everyone's wallpaper is not feasible. But doesn't mean they won't have, like, think 10 years ago was like the dawn of like streaming and like all that stuff. And then in 10 years from now, like the digital tech's gonna, like, the speed not necessarily keeps doubling all the time, but like the scope of what technology can do is increasing all the time, like in every direction. So. But I don't, as far as like in your wallpaper in every house, I don't know. But it doesn't mean they're not going to have tech that can detect some diseases. I wouldn't imagine.
Like, how would it detect? Like, I
Stool samples, Dan.
Well,
Stool
yeah,
samples.
I would assume that, but it's
No
like,
more pooping
okay,
in cups.
yeah, but you'd have to run some type of sensor or something like that. Like, how would it do it? Would it be like a spectrometer or something inside the bottom of your toilet to like,
You're
identify
you're only gonna pick up certain diseases from your excrement to begin with,
Yeah.
though, right?
It's like, oh my god, I got coccidia, or I got
Well,
fucking
maybe it's like a sensor on the wall. You stand in front of it. It like scans like 15 different spectrums of light, and like, oh, this person's got a temperature. Oh, it's
You're saying
they
it
have-
puts
I mean,
light
like, it
into
could
the
be like-
body?
I mean, it could be like some type of like PET scan. You know what I mean? Like a full body PET scan
Yeah.
type situation. But that again, like that's gonna detect tumors and whatnot. Like I don't know. I just don't know how. You need to be doing full blood panel. You need to be doing CT scan, PET scan. Like how? Like,
well, maybe that's what
that
it
would be
is.
some-
It's a new home appliance. It's just like a stand-up scanner. You step into it. It pricks your finger, takes your blood, does every scan imaginable, and then it's like, you're
like,
healthy for today.
that's gonna be in my bathroom, like.
Yeah, but like you think about it, like 10 years away, yeah, like it's 10 years, that's pretty substantial. But at the same time, like think about how much like the cost is right now for you to go pay for your own MRI. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like how long you have to wait at the hospital to get a fucking MRI here in Canada.
Here we
Yeah,
got.
there's a lot of cool tech out there, but the whole thing now is kind of bringing it to the home, so making it affordable, making it practical. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff. If you go to like those consumer electronics shows, they show all these really cool shit and like a lot of prototypes and things like that. Like they had the what was it that hasn't really come out? What is it? The magic, it's like magic glass or something. Those glasses that beam like the screen, like the images directly into your eyeballs.
I haven't
That's how they
seen
do
those,
it,
but
so you don't need a screen. Like it just like it sends the light, the images directly into your eyes, not like a laser, but like they just like, I don't know, micro little
Lasers.
projectors or something like that. But you just need a pair of glasses, and I haven't seen those. That was like supposed to come out like 2 years ago or something like that. So I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. I mean, if that comes out, like
there was a good
We had
comment.
it-
Good comment about Big Pharma. Is that what you were going to read?
From Full Bottle Cuervo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Full Bottle Cuervo says, like tech like this, he feels that Big Pharma would put a stop to it.
Yeah.
And it is, man. Like these kind of preventative measures aren't in
Well,
the
it's
best
not-
interest of these pharmaceutical companies.
It's not necessarily preventative though. It's diagnosing you. It's not curing you.
yeah.
There's
Yeah,
more
but
money in that
if
because
you
just
know,
your illnesses aren't going undetected.
that's
right?
a
It's been
very
like,
good
hey,
point.
Guess what? You have this. Better start taking it. That's
Yeah.
what it's going to be. You're going to
That's
get
what it's gonna
scanned,
be.
and then you're going to get a printout of all the fucking medications.
all the
you
pills
need
you
right
need.
now.
Yeah. Oh, you know
I
what?
think Big Pharma would be more against the. What did they recently do? A couple of places I've seen in medical journals, they've suggested like shifting the like average, like was it like average like high blood pressure and like points for obesity and things like that. Like I think Big Pharma would be against that because then they wouldn't sell as many like medications for high blood pressure and things like that. Like, I think that would probably be something they'd
They
be more
need to,
against.
though.
But
Any type of
I agree with
bars-
Andrew. That's all diagnostic tech. It's like you'd be more prone to getting medicated if you're
Then
like,
it'll
oh, your
be
blood
in
pressure's been high
everyone's-
3 days in a row. Like
Your iron's low. Take this pill from
Big
Bayer,
Pharma.
Well,
Bayer, or
no.
whatever.
What if it's
Pfizer.
this? What if it takes it reads your vitals and it's like you're low in this and this. This is your diet plan today to keep you healthy. That'd be all preventative.
Well, it would have to be like not daily. It would have to be.
It
like
wouldn't
a
tell
month
you.
plan.
It wouldn't tell you what to eat. It would tell you what pills to take. Let's not kid ourselves.
Well, I'm thinking on the optimistic side. This thing's a machine for the better of humanity to keep you healthy. Like, oh, you're slightly you're dehydrated. This much. Like, it's like a personal doctor.
My watch already does that, which is kind of cool. Like reads my stress levels and lets me know my hydration and all that shit.
How does it test
Give me
hydration?
Your fucking Casio Timex watch there.
My fucking Garmin Vivio 4 or whatever the fuck.
How does a watch test if you're dehydrated?
I think you can sense your Tugger, which is your elasticity in your skin.
Or like shoots a little laser in there or something?
Just pinches you.
It does my SpO2, reads my heart rate, does a mini ECG, does everything. It's pretty
I don't know
fucking fancy.
Any of that means.
Fancy words.
Rocket appliances. But I don't know. I could be pulling it out of my ass. I'm not sure how it tells me if I'm dehydrated or not. I have to look into it. But that's how we do. Like you can do that by pinching your skin.
Yeah, like you're right. You pinch like between your thumb and stuff, and you can tell if If it doesn't,
It doesn't have to be. You can do it on the forearm and stuff too. Wherever.
if like you
If
can,
you
it's
squat.
hard to tell if you're a little bit dehydrated, but if someone's really like doesn't pull back at all,
Severely.
right? Just like
Exactly. Yeah.
sticks there.
Yeah.
All right, if you're tuning in live, 1-833-703-0424. If you're listening to the podcast version, we're recording these every Sunday. Well, it's been every Sunday. That should continue for a while. 6:30 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube and Twitch. I think now that if you're listening to this now, this podcast is out, but as we're speaking about this podcast is technically not released, so it's coming soon if you're watching live.
Yeah.
Questions in chat? Anything in there?
Nothing. I've been scanning. Let us know. We'll talk about any conspiracy topic, UFO, paranormal, cryptid, whatever you want us to discuss. Give us a call or shoot us a question if you don't want to call in, and we will discuss it.
I think it's kind of funny that both me and Braden have never had dreams like that, but the way Dan was explaining it, it makes sense. I think it's just because we're running on fucking autopilot the whole time. Our
Yeah.
brains are like, yeah, we're
Couple
good.
dummies.
We're fun.
Yeah, we made it through the day.
Here's
Good
my
job.
brain.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
Hmm.
Left foot, right foot. Left foot, right foot.
It's working.
That's about it.
You're here.
Like The Simpsons when it goes and there's like the one hamster wheel going.
Yeah, I would probably like if it were something that would happen to me in regular time, I'd say, yeah, Andrew's correct in being like, okay, maybe you need to go to a sleep clinic, talk about, your sleep habits and things like that. But I also put a lot of stock in like the power of positive thinking, like visualization, like being able to like what Siona, when she called in earlier, was kind of trying to do, like try to psych herself up to be like, you're going to face this thing. But I also feel like there's a framing that you would have to use. And I don't think like being aggressive towards these things or these thoughts is like the way to go, because then that just kind of amplifies the stress that you already have about this thing or what's happening to you.
Right.
So for me, it would be something like I'm when I turn off the lights downstairs, yes, I run up the stairs. Like I don't fucking stick around when I turn off the lights.
Nothing.
I do that stuff too.
Nothing
but
bad's
if I'm
gonna happen
outside
to
in
you
the
if you run.
dark,
I was referring to sleep clinic just because of the seizure activity that she was explaining. I was just like, that's bizarre.
That
It'd be
seems-
interesting
yeah.
to see if she's actually having some type of like nocturnal tremors or, seizure activity. Like
sure,
that's-
yeah. If you're having like physical, like if you were having,
Yeah.
if it were affecting you physically like that, that's something you should definitely get checked out. But also, if it's something that you feel is just more of like a psychological thing or a spiritual thing, for me, I'm always like, Sienna says she's afraid of the dark. I used to be
Everyone
afraid of the dark when I was
should
a
be.
kid.
Afraid of the dark.
You know,
A little bit.
and there's a little bit, because it is a primal fear. It is what has kept you alive as a human, is what kept our species alive as a human, to be, somewhat wary of the dark, but at some point it's kind of being like, if you're in bed and, if I'm freaking out, I kind of sit there and I think about, well, it's dark, but there's 10,000 suns in the sky right now. There's a million in the form of stars, but they're all suns. So it's like, maybe it's not that dark.
Very logical.
Embrace it. Think about it for a second. Stop and think and relax. And then it usually puts, that'll put me out if I'm ever, or allay my fears. Because sometimes I get creeped out when there's a standing fan in the corner of my room. And usually I turn on when it gets hot. And that thing freaks me out every single time. I'm cutting eyes at that fan all the time because I think it's something standing in the corner of my room, even when I know it's a fan. 2 to 3 times a night, maybe, like when I'm really freaked out or I've just watched a ghost show or something has creeped me out. I wake up and I look at that thing and I'm like, is it? And I wear glasses. My eyesight isn't that great. And like, so if I have my glasses off, I can't see shit. It's just a blurry, big-headed thing standing in the corner of my room. And I'm like, did it move?
That's a whole new element to being fucking scared in your bed.
Can't
It's
see.
like not being able to see. That's fucking scary. That I would be shitting my pants.
So normally
Why
I'm
is
like,
that?
it's fine. Like, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to close my eyes and just listen. And if I don't hear anything, then I go to bed. Like it can only stand still for so long. If it's moving, I'm gonna hear it.
I don't know, man.
But,
if I hear anything, I have to go do a walk around.
We'll
I gotta
check.
do a house sweep too.
I have to every time I grab something, grab my bat under my bed, and I do a little fucking walk around.
Check under the beds, couch, around the couches, around the corners. Terrified the whole time.
See, there's nothing wrong with doing that because nothing bad's gonna happen. But if you don't do the check,
then
then
you
you
get
don't know.
murdered.
Then you
I'm
get
not
murdered.
100% boogeyman.
so you
I'm
have
not
to do the
sleeping
check.
if
Asking the
check.
boogeyman to show up.
Yeah, do
Listen,
the,
I'm
do the
gonna
check.
get murdered standing up, like with my bat, confronting this thing, not like in my bed. Not a chance. There's no way. I'm gonna die crying like a bitch, standing there holding my weapon, as opposed to dying in bed.
It's better. On
Yeah,
some
I
level.
refuse. Can't do that.
Chip the cat Rar asked, "What are our thoughts on near-death experiences?"
Oh, it's a good one. Like when people who see the light or they go somewhere and come back, that kind of near-death experience. That what we're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to hear from some people who have had near-death experiences,
Mm-hmm.
to really get their thoughts on it. Because I mean, I've heard of a few and whatnot, but you know, with what we know is like the brain dumps a whole bunch of DMT in those times of stress, right? Like it's naturally producing, so it's like you're essentially like high as a fucking kite.
When you're
Well,
about, when you're about to
kind
go.
of calm you down and let you
Yeah.
embrace what's happening.
I don't want to.
Embrace
I'm not
sweet death.
discrediting what people think because you're still perceiving reality. Like you're still perceiving
Right.
our reality.
Okay, let's save that conversation for. 'Cause that's a good one, and we got a caller on the line. Let's bring him in. Hello,
Yeah, you
Cosmic
guys
Channels.
are fantastic. Thank you. This is actually Chip.
Oh, this is
Oh,
you.
yo.
You just said about
Oh.
NDEs.
Yeah.
Right on. Can you tell us where
So,
you're calling from?
Real name is Danielle. You can call me Danielle. I'm from the Midwest.
Awesome.
I moved to Colorado to try to get like a new start in life. And I started dating this weird military captain. Long and short, he bought me a car. I got drunk. The car was beyond, I mean, it was rubble. Shards, pieces. The steering wheel basically went through my body.
Oh shit.
The only thing I remember is a concrete building, and I woke up with no IV, no hospital gown, one boot, one human-like hooker boot. And I'm going to be like forthright. I cuss and I get a little vulgar, so bear with me.
No, that's fine.
A
all good.
like thigh-high hooker boot that I thought was sexy at the time. No other thigh-high hooker boot. A mini skirt, no underpants, a tank top on, no medical, no doctors, nobody around, and then was released to go to what they called a detox clinic for 3 days where I was on some kind of red pill matrix drugs that I can't even explain to you what scrambled my brain. And then was told that basically I have a brain tumor. So the
Shit.
car is completely crashed. It is in a junkyard. There is no one there. I have no phone. I haven't had a phone till I was like 32. And long of the short, I'm stuck in this weird detox thing. They dump me out. They leave me there. A tow truck driver comes to pick me up, takes me to my disheveled, itty-bitty, broken down, tiny pieced car. In the front seat is a phone and a copy of Mein Kampf. I appreciate great literature and whatnot, but I'm not a Nazi. And so that was in there. And then I went into a secondary doctor after they told me this weird stuff at this insane place. Again, no doctors, no paperwork to fill out, no, hey, where's your insurance, anything like that. And then was just released. And then I came back out of where I was with the military guy to my hometown, and I went and saw a brain specialist, and I have an inoperable brain tumor that sits on my occipital lobe that they cannot figure out why has not, dropped me, flopped me, physically just, crippled me, made me, unintelligible, vegetable, kind of state of.
And you haven't
And
had
this all
any
happened after
seizures
a
or anything
Colorado
like that?
incident. No, and the weirdest thing, too, is now ever since that incident happened is earlier when that girl was saying that she never was physically touched, I am. I purposely stay awake. I mean, if I could go out and take any kind of like Hunter S. Thompson drug run and just live with a suitcase of uppers and benzoids and things like that to not sleep, I would live that way. Because every time I fall asleep, I wake up with something insane that is new on my body.
Wait, can you elaborate?
As of right now, if I could send you a picture, you'd probably be like, you should go get staples in your head. It looks like somebody, I don't know how old you guys are, and I'm not going to ask, but it kind of looks like when 90s kids used to hold the Bic lighters and get them really flipping hot, and then you give yourself like a brand of a Bic lighter top, and you'd look like a stupid idiot in Jinko jeans. That's what is on the back of my head, but this is indented. Like someone used my head as like a tee-off club and did not put the tee down with the ball.
So
and used a 9-iron and drilled it through my head.
You woke up with this one day, like it just appeared.
Just out of the blue. Out of the blue.
Oh.
Again, I don't take any pharmaceutical drugs. I do not take any recreational kind of drugs. I drink beer. On occasion, I might have like a shot of Fireball if I'm feeling freaky.
Good choice.
Other than that, I don't touch any other hard liquor. I mean, the worst drug that I take is maybe Valerian to try to sleep a little bit deeper at night.
That's just like
so
a
I wake
sleeping
up
pill?
and there's scratches on my legs. I woke up one time without 2 toenails, but that's just weird.
What?
That just doesn't happen to normal people.
Like, were they ripped
And that's
off?
like
Was it?
They looked like they were like, I don't know, like Asian Dremelled. Like they were professionally pedicured off of my foot to the point where I never noticed.
This is more like an abduction case now. It seems like.
And so again, did I die in Colorado? Was I abducted?
Can we pause for a second and go back? So
sure.
You just so I can clarify this, because this was the first point where I was like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, what the heck?
The junkyard. So you go back to your wrecked car, and you're saying someone had put
a tow truck
copy
driver.
of Mein Kampf in the front seat.
Mein Kampf. My purse was missing. I told you I did not have a phone. The only phone that I owned between the ages of 24 to 32 was a pink Motorola Razr.
It's a good phone.
Again, I'm from the Midwest. I am pretty primitive. If I could carry around a rotary phone with a giant cord, I probably would.
Okay, now
and I just be like,
so
ahead, I'm
this
sorry.
phone that's in the seat now with this book, did you take it with you? Has anyone tried to contact you on this phone?
No, I did not even touch a single thing because I was terrified at the fact that it was some kind of like, I don't know who in one. If I went to the library and I wanted a conspiracy book or a book on aliens or something, I would just get a book on aliens. Mein Kampf is like a pretty committed adventure, you're going to take yourself on. That's not like, I didn't know it had any of this in it. It's not a like spectacular, wow, blew my mind kind of book. You know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, and the other question I just have to ask, so with the tumor you say you have, does it impact your memory at all? Do you have memory issues?
I can't remember shit. Shit. I literally found my entire bedding in my freezer the other day. And I have a king-size bed. Do you know how hard it is to fit it in an apartment-sized refrigerator?
I can imagine.
Like, that's some Tetris shit right there. And I have asked, and I have no insurance. I have nothing. The Midwest does not give a shit about people's well-being. We basically just farm fucking procreate and vote Republican, hope for the best. And that's Midwestern life. And when I went to another specialist, he's like, I can't determine why it is here. And then he just called it a fatty node. I'm not kidding. I had to Wikipedia, Google, medical journal, this shit. A fatty node.
This is a
Can't
lot to
remember
unpack here.
anything.
Yeah,
A lot.
this is good.
This is
This
wild.
crazy.
is just story
Okay,
one. This isn't even Massachusetts when some crazy stuff happened there. This is in Arizona when I fell into the freaking world's largest meteor crater.
Well, wait. We can't
I
go
have
down all
lived
those
an
roads. We can't go down all those roads today. Let's.
You ever think about
Of
writing a
course not.
book? Making a memoir here?
I-
Like, this is nuts.
If I wrote a memoir, one, people would be like, wow, she died insane at 35. Two, they'd be like, bullshit. And three, everything is again, you guys ever heard the expression, like cats have 9 lives? Well, I think I'm a human that has like 900. Again, that car, if you guys would have seen it, I could send you pictures. It was compacted. It looks like, again, something when they crush it in a junkyard.
And you just walked away from it,
There's
essentially.
the only other thing that I have as a physical problem in my human life right now is I had to have my knee reconstructed. I blew my knee out playing beer pong.
That's
Yeah,
competitive
it's the
beer
rest
pong.
of the game of beer pong.
I've been there.
Yeah, it gets amped
True
up.
story. You can't be messing around with that.
No, you gotta go
But
full
other
send.
than that, no. I have
So let's
no
go-
scrapes, scratch, bruises, nothing. Just my knee was bruised.
So
And
what
then
do
they
you
were
th-
like,
what
"Oh,
do you
by the way,
think's
we found
with the
something
t-
in your head."
with the toenails and the scratching and stuff? What do you think?
Well, at anything that I could give you of a logical, rational sense is there's no explanation. I lived with my boyfriend. My doors are always locked. I sleep probably lighter than a feather. I mean, if you cough the wrong way or your leg touches me while we're in bed, I'm wide awake then.
Right.
I've always had shitty sleep schedule or I guess sleep skill. And so for me to wake up again, this thing in my head, it seriously feels like someone took, again, those Bic lighters, lit it for 45 seconds and stabbed it right into the back of my neck. I have scratches on my legs and they're not even, I don't have fingernails. I chew my nails. So it's not like I can say, oh, I got like anxious and like ripped off some flesh.
They're like cat scratches.
No, I don't fucking cat. Nasty.
No, but
But,
would,
like,
would they look like
is
cat
that-
scratches?
No, they actually kind of look like, I don't know, they have like gaps in between them. Like almost like a saw blade if you ran it really slowly across something.
Okay,
So
yeah, I
instead
know
of
the, I
like
know what
a
you're saying. It's just
scalpel that's straight, like it's kind of almost like Morse code, like a dot dot dash dash kind of thing.
Like a more like a pressed wound rather than like a cut.
Serrated, I guess it's serrated looking.
as if
Yeah.
as
Is
if
the
it
word
had been
for
like
it?
pressed into you.
Yes, but yeah, not
Rather than sawed.
not again, not like scalpeled or sawed, like just like it just got kind of pressurized down onto the flesh.
Right. Okay. So just to summarize, so you got a wicked car accident that you walked away from, and through the medical assessments, they determined that you had this tumor, this node in your brain, which should allow you to, which should render you
Incapable
incapable
functionality.
of leading your regular life, and then now you wake up with
Precisely.
mysterious injuries sometimes after sleep,
all the time.
all the time.
And I mean, again, there'll be something stupid, not just the toenails or the scratches or the burns. It'll be like, I don't know, like someone put blue eyeshadow on my eye. I don't wear makeup, but it'll look like not a bruise, but like someone tried to drag queen me up for 5 minutes, and I caught him in the middle of my sleep.
Have you ever done hypnotic regression or thought about doing it?
I am actually terrified to do that because I am so scared of what really might have happened that night when the car crashed.
Right.
Because again, I remember where I came from. I was working at Hooters. I worked at Hooters for 8 years. I was a manager there. I was coming down. It was on a mountain out of Colorado Springs. I know a lot of weird stuff. People talk about Denver Airport, all the military out there. And when I tell you, you said, oh, you got medical treatment. No, I didn't. I woke up with one hooker heel on. One shoe. Where's my other damn shoe to this day? We don't know.
I
Interesting.
mean, I know like the
There was,
occipital
again,
lobe
no
is-
IVs. There was no nothing. No nothing in my body.
your occipital lobe is used for like vision, basically processing vision. I'm wondering if possibly some of these
And
things
like
could just not be
balance,
there.
normalcy, like to keep you from like falling into stuff, basically. Not motor functions, but
Visual
keeping you on your
functions.
toes.
Right. Interesting.
But I forget everything. I'll probably forget I called you guys here in about 30 minutes.
We won't forget.
No,
Yeah,
I will
we're not
never
gonna forget.
this.
You should, like, I mean,
this
if you,
down.
I can understand why it would be terrifying to do hypnotic regression, but if it's ever something you're gonna do or you end up doing, please let us know and let us know if, you know, what you find out from it.
For sure.
If I did, there'd be two options after the fact. One, I could live with what I knew, or two, I couldn't.
Well,
Like,
Oh,
if
don't
you
do that.
actually
Don't-
the
found
second
out
option's
that
no good.
some,
Just keep living then.
some
Don't
honky stuff,
don't do the regression.
man, sometimes you... No, I'm just saying it's just... There's this... That level of, if you actually knew what happened to you, where would you finally
Right.
be able to function
Yeah,
again?
it would affect you so
Like
greatly
just going
that
with your normal life and be like, you know what, I should probably apply at the gas station today. I can live a normal life for life now that I've had that regression.
right. Hey, well, we're gonna take one more caller for tonight, but we appreciate you telling your story.
Awesome, guys.
It sounds like it's super crazy, and obviously, I think as far as you've said, there's more to it. So maybe call back another time, and let's continue down that road.
Definitely, guys. Thanks for hearing me out.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Gonna be a lot to go through in that one.
Yeah, so well done.
Holy smokes.
Whew, that was a crazy one.
My brain was still like unpacking information and like processing, and then she would say something else, and I'd be like, I just processed the last bit.
I just
Holy
got
smokes.
through the start. I need to go back.
And there's what? I was hung up on the Mein Kampf for a while, and now you're on to toenails. I'm like, it sounds like it's, you know, you could chalk some of that up to some sort of abduction.
The injuries, the
I
thing
don't
on the back of the neck, if it was like a little triangle burn, maybe that was like on the back of a neck is a weird place to burn yourself.
Yeah.
You know, if you're doing the Bic lighter where you burn it, press it into your forearm or whatever, and it makes a little triangle burn. But like to get it back of the neck.
I mean, like if you were sitting behind somebody in school and you heated
Yeah.
that bad boy up, and
Yeah,
fucking give him
exactly.
a little jab.
Right in the
Yeah,
back.
it's the only way I can see it.
Right in the matrix. The matrix connection, base of the spine.
Yeah.
Did we lose the last caller?
Well, that was a long call, so I think the on hold's only 5 minutes. So if
Oh.
you're waiting on hold, call back. We got let's take one more call. We had a little bit of a
Got
slow
time
start.
for one more call.
Ooh, fucking crazy ones tonight. It's fun.
That cat one freaked me out.
It did.
Oh, the smiling, the freaky cat, the shadow person cat.
Can't get that image out of my head.
Catman. Poor Jason Derulo. He had to do that movie. I like Jason Derulo.
Who's that?
What? Jason Derulo. He's a musical artist, R&B artist.
Was he sing?
Yeah, and
No,
dances.
what does he sing?
Oh, he sang that song. Oh, it was a while back. He did Solo. Remember that song? That was pretty big for like a second. He's done a couple other ones that he did. There's one song called Swallow. It's pretty good. That was a pretty
What-
big one.
what-
I
Riggedy
think that one had
Bells.
Nicki
Why,
Minaj in it.
what does this
Um,
what does this have to do with what are you talking about right now?
Oh, talking about the
Jason-
Catman. Jason Derulo was an actor, and he was in the Cats movie.
Oh, that was,
what
was
and it was
Idris
it was a
Elba?
bomb, right? It was brutal.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
J-
There's T Swift in there too, right?
Joe Branston on YouTube commented
Oh,
about the last caller, asking that, you know, maybe if she dated an army captain, maybe it's MK Ultra aspect,
Oh, some type
shit.
of program.
some sort of you know, something going on that we don't know about. But Interesting. It was, yeah, honestly, like,
Yeah,
write that memoir.
Write that down. Yeah, write that all down.
It doesn't matter if you don't think people are going to believe you. If that stuff's happening to you,
Hey, on this show,
write it down.
we're open to hear all stories with no judgment.
Get a memoir going. Like, who knows, right? You might have people with very similar experiences.
Especially,
I mean, you're not wrong. Like a memoir, or even if I would suggest, even if you're think that you're having memory problems or memory lapses, keeping a diary might actually be helpful in some way. Like you wanted to start keeping a diary or something like that. I know I don't know anybody who actually keeps a diary, but it would probably be helpful. Like I would think.
I do notes, diaries per se, but notes of thoughts. That's about as far as I ever go.
Sully's shit list.
Yeah. My targets. Targets.
You might
all the
you
times
forget
I've
about
been
it, but in your
slighted.
diary you'll read for a reason that why you put your your bedspread inside the freezer.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
Possibly.
Maybe you thought it was too hot or something, and then you wanted to put it in there.
Well, that part sounds like a sleepwalking thing, because
yeah, that's what I was thinking. But the cuts and the toenails being extracted, the burns,
burn on the neck.
That's weird.
That's like almost some abduction level stuff.
Yeah. Because I mean, like the makeup and stuff, and those things I could chalk up to some sort of sleep. You're not really.
Oh, there's so many stories of people like filling the oven with clothes, or like just weird stuff on doing while you're sleepwalking.
But yeah, not pulling your own toenails off perfectly, where there's not it's not a mess.
Yeah, strange.
Interesting.
No more callers.
Well,
we're giving a 2 minute warning. We're giving a 2 minute warning.
2 minute warning before the lines are
2
cold.
minute war. I should get a little air horn. 2 minute warning before end of the show. It's fun. It's fun though. This show, let's talk about it after it's done. But when we're gonna do the official release for the first bunch of episodes.
Oh yeah, probably sooner than later.
Soon. Yeah, let's get it out. They're building up. Let's get them out.
Now, so if you're listening to this now, it's officially out. But if you listen to it live, you're ahead of the curve.
Oh yeah.
Pre-fans.
Yep.
Well, let's wrap this one up. I don't think anyone else is going to call. I know you said 2 minute warning, but
I don't think anyone's going to try and top the last
I don't
story,
think anyone's going to pop on and be like, oh, are they taking calls right now? And then get lucky this last minute, 30 seconds. So
no. All right. That's it for Cosmic Channels this week. Cosmic Channels are closed.